Good evening and welcome back to Cooking with Jan. I guess this is becoming my trademark, that is doing these videos solo. The reason for this one is that I'm cooking a chestnut soup for lunch tomorrow. It's very late and we're going to run through this absolutely delicious chestnut soup, which is so easy to make very quickly, and doing it solo is just fine. We start with 20 grams of butter, 200 grams of chestnuts, we're going to chop those, 2 small red onions, or you use 3 shallots, we're going to dice them, about 6 stalks of thyme, 150 milliliters of whipped cream, 200 milliliters of milk, 750 milliliters of chicken broth, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and some olive oil. I actually weighed out the ingredients. So we have 80 grams of chopped red onion, as I mentioned, 20 grams of butter. This thyme, fresh thyme, works out to just 1 gram. Make sure that if you use fresh thyme, that you remove all of the leaves from the stalks. That's a combined 200 grams of chestnuts, and to the left, that's going to go in the frying pan. 2 more utensils that you obviously need for the chestnut soup. One is a pot. This is a big pot for the soup that I'll be using, and also a hand mixer, which I have here, which you use to puree your soup after all the ingredients are tender. You can also use a blender. This ensures that your butter doesn't burn. In go your onions. And just with the onions, you just want to sweat them. Don't burn them. I'm going to put in some salt just to take some of the moisture out of the onions. Doing one-handed today, so hopefully all this will work out. Then we're going to put in our chestnuts. They go in there, along with the thyme already. Put the thyme in as well. We're not going to burn any of the ingredients. We're just going to sweat them. In fact, to cool things down, I'm just going to put in a little bit of my broth. So I'm going to put in a little bit of pepper at this stage as well. We're going to put in our broth, and we're going to also add our cream. So here goes. Here goes the broth. And here goes the cream. That was 750 milliliters or 1.5 pints of broth. And now 150 milliliters or 1/4 pint cream, whipping cream. Because this is a creamy chestnut soup. Okay, our chestnut soup is beginning to boil. So we're going to cover it, not completely, just so we can let a little bit out, and turn down our heat. And just make sure that this simmers for about 20 minutes because we want to get our chestnuts and our onions, we want to get them cooked. We're going to, in a pan, put in our butter and a little bit of olive oil so the butter doesn't burn. We are going to fry, as I mentioned, our chestnuts. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. And as you can see, here are fried chestnuts. When pureeing, make sure that you get all of the ingredients chopped. And you just use the suction of the mixer to draw the ingredients to it. Okay, to test that you have all of the ingredients pureed, you just take your spoon and you look to see if there's anything there. This looks very nice and clear. Look at the color of this soup, beauty. Now, the last step for the cooking of the soup is to turn on your heat again, which I have to do, and add in your milk. And this also you bring to a boil. Once it reaches a boil, we're going to take it off the heat, and then we're going to season our soup with salt, pepper, the cayenne pepper, and also maybe a little bit of brown sugar. We'll see. So before I do the final check with salt and pepper, I'm going to just put in a little bit of cayenne pepper. Put it in there, see, it gives it a nice swirl. Okay, I've taken my soup off of the heat. I have seasoned it according to my taste. And now I'm going to serve. I'm going to plate it. And all you do, I can do this with one hand, is take some of your nuggets, put them in your nice and crunchy. Take your ladle, careful, and ladle in your soup. So let's get to the finished product, what I'll be serving for lunch tomorrow. Careful. Perfect. That perfect blend of seasoning, that brown sugar gives it a little bit of extra. Thank you so much for bearing with me while I did this solo again. I'll have to see how the film turns out with the one-handing filming. You probably were expecting Wiener Schnitzel because I mentioned in my last video that I'd be doing the Wiener Schnitzel video. It's coming, it's on its way, big surprise. If you enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed making it, please give me a thumbs up as always. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're at 107 now. One milestone after another, and with your support, we'll get to 1,000, I'm sure of it. So until we meet again, as Jacques Pepin says, happy cooking. I just want to say that, as always with these recipes, anyone can do them. This is one of the reasons for why I started the channel. You just have to start cooking, and you will be so amazed and surprised at how well they turn out, how delicious they are, and how quickly you improve. So I encourage everyone to start cooking, and I hope that this channel encourages you